Hello and welcome to my craft room. Today I'm going to be taking some HTV and I'm going to be applying it onto a pillowcase that I'm going to be putting on the spare bed. I think it'll make a fun little addition to the bed set. So come along and join me in my craft room and let's get crafting. Here we are over in Design Space. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the text feature and we're going to type good night, sleep tight. And that's really big. I'm just going to make that a little smaller here. Okay, so then I think I would like to use a script font. So I'm going to click under the font on the drop down arrow. And I'm going to type in Lucy. Yes, the Lucy script. I like this one. I like the way it is. And I think I'm okay with that, except I don't want these all in capital letters. So I'm just going to go back in here and change those out for lowercase. Maybe I'll put yeah, okay. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to do good night, sleep tight. Now I'm trying to decide if I want it all in one line or if I want it staggered. So I'm just going to kind of play around. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to choose duplicate. And this one I'm going to play with. So I'm going to go up here under advanced and I'm going to change this to ungroup to lines. Is that going to do it? No, silly me. Ungroup to letters. So then these now are separate and I'm going to actually group that. And I'm going to group that just so that they don't get all out of order on me. So, see, I was thinking maybe something like that. Or like that. You know, because I'm just putting it on the top little casing of the pillowcase, I think I'm going to leave it like this. So, although these are nice, I'm just going to delete them and we're going to go with this one. I want to make sure that this is all the way I like it. I like the letters the way they are, and I am going to go down and choose weld just to make sure that they're all together. So now I'm going to click on make it. And once we're over here, it's going to be all lined up. Now I am doing iron on, so we need to mirror our design. Don't forget that. And click on continue. And once this pops up, we are going to choose everyday iron on. Now when you're in here, it says make sure that mirror is turned on and the iron on material is shiny face or shiny side down. Okay, so once we get over to the Cricut cutting machine, I will show you what that means. All right, I have my strong grip mat and I have my HTV. I'm going to use this pretty pink and I'm going to line this up across the top of my mat. Like so. Press it down, make sure it's down on there good. And you want to make sure that the shiny side is face down. It's very important. All right, we have this ready to go. Just gonna turn you a little bit so you can see. And we'll press the double flashing arrow. And the Cricut button. All right, our cutting is all done. Just going to unload the mat. And here we go. And I'm just going to trim it up. Remember when you're taking your vinyl away, whether it's HTV or permanent, that you want to turn your mat upside down and peel the mat away from the vinyl so it doesn't curl. And trying to do this around the camera is fun without knocking the camera. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to trim my vinyl. Sorry, I'm going to trim my HTV down so I'm not wasting any. And I'm even going to cut off this little piece over here. You never know when you might need a little tiny piece. Okay, so we'll scoot those out of the way. And now we are going to weed our vinyl. So just take your weeding tool. Oh, my Cricut Easy Press is saying, I've been on for a while, what are you doing? I'm just going to turn it back off and then turn it back on and it'll be good. We're going to use it right away here. So just start peeling this back. And be gentle, but with HTV it usually weeds pretty good. But still be gentle. And don't worry about all these pieces that are left behind. We'll get those in just a minute. I enjoy weeding actually. Some people don't, but I enjoy weeding. I think it's very rewarding, I guess, to see what it is you've done kind of come to life. Yeah. That's just me. Get in here with my weeding tool. You want to be careful you're not weeding or taking up the letters. Oops. Hold on. What happened there? I have to turn it over and see. Yes. I was being a little too crazy, see? So now I'm just going to trim some of this off. And my letter I right here is trying to take off on me. So I'm just going to encourage it to stay there. So just going to use my weeding tool to help me. I'm going to leave that little dot there. And then the letter I can stay there. It's almost like it didn't cut all the way through there. Just gonna keep working at it until I get it off like that. And keep going here. What is going on? Just gotta keep working at it here. Remember I was saying you just have to be gentle with it, you have to be careful. And finish this out. All right, we have that. As you can see, we still need to take out some of the insides. So I'm just gonna move that out of the way. And you want to be careful that you're only getting the pieces you need to take away. So like the inside of this G. And it helps if you get right close to the edge. See, it's almost like it didn't want to, like it didn't cut it all the way through on some of this, because even this is being a little persnickety, and normally it just weeds out really well. Okay, and then we have this. And all right, so we have our design all weeded out, and we're just going to lay it right across here, and that's where we're going to put it. But before we do that, we are going to take our Easy Press or your iron, whichever you have, and we're just going to iron this just to make sure it's nice and flat, no wrinkles. going to use my roller here to remove any pieces of lint and stuff. That way the HTV has a flat piece of material to bond on, and there's nothing going to be in its way. I don't know if you can see, there's lots of little stuff that it picked up. So if we didn't pick that up, that would possibly be behind our vinyl, stopping it from sticking properly. So I've got it laid out here the way I want it. Just going to straighten that out a little bit and put that on here, just like so. That looks good to me. I'm just going to eyeball it. Perfect. Now I'm going to take my easy press and I'm going to press one section at a time. My easy press isn't big enough to do it all, so I'm going to lay it down here like so. Start my timer, and this vinyl, you only need to press it for 10 seconds. So I'll do each one separately. That's the first one, and that's the second one. And now we're going to take our pillowcase and we're going to turn it over, and we're going to press from the back side. Do the same thing, 10 seconds on each side. Now we'll flip this over and we're going to peel off this carrier sheet. And there we have our really nice pillowcase. If you're working with HTV, I just want to show, if you get your iron in there, you know it's going to be a seal if you can see the weave of the material through the HTV. So I'm just going to show you on the big letters, it's just easier. See how you can see the weave of the material? That means that you have a really good press and it should stick on for a long time. All right, so we got that pillowcase all finished up and I think it turned out great. I really like how it turned out. So I think it's going to make a fun little addition to our spare bedroom. Thank you again for joining me today, and if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below, and don't forget to click on the little bell, which will give you notification when I upload my next video. Thank you again for joining me, and happy crafting.